So I'm recording this video because I got asked a ton of questions about staying strong with your macros when going out to eat. And I wanted to give you what I do, my personal experiences with it, and hopefully that'll help you going forward. So say it's a day you're going out to eat, and of course we all know that chain restaurants and fast food restaurants are in the app. So those are a little more simple. But realistically, we don't always go to restaurants that are in the app. So what happens when we go out and we're not sure exactly what macronutrients the food contains? Well, first of all, let's understand this. It's flexible nutrition. It's meant to be flexible. Live a little bit. You're not going to die. You're not going to put on pounds and pounds and pounds from one meal, especially if you have a little bit of thought behind it and you don't just go crazy. But if you're OCD like me and you really, really want to hit your numbers perfectly every single day, here's what I would do. First things first, assuming you know where you're going to go, look it up. Get on the internet, Google the restaurant, find their menu. Start to think about what they have there, what you'd like to eat, and how you can figure that into the app. Let's just start there. Now, assuming we're going to do that, throughout the day, here's what I do. I tend to eat more protein earlier in the day, keeping my carbohydrates and fats a little lower. I do this because when you go out to eat, most likely you're not going to have this super high protein meal. Even if you go to something like a steakhouse, maybe 50, 60, 70 grams of protein, but most of you that are watching this have a minimum of about 90 to 100 grams minimum, so you still need to get 20 to 30 grams throughout the day. So start there because it's easy to consume carbohydrates or fat at a restaurant. Maybe you have dessert, or maybe there's rice or potatoes in the meal. So throughout the day, keeping those a little bit lower. Assuming you go on the internet and you look at the menu, find what you'd like, and start looking in the app for comparable foods. So easy one is steak. If there's steak, most restaurants cook steak the same way. So just find a similar steak, a similar cut, or a similar amount of steak. You can adjust it if you can't find, say, a 9-ounce steak. Just change the serving size, and then you have your steak. Rice or potatoes or vegetables. It's all very easy to find comparable foods. I tell people overestimate, especially if your goal is to lose weight. I'd rather have found out I ate a little bit less today than I thought, than I ate a little bit more than I should have in the scale, or my body moved in the wrong direction. So finding comparable foods, and that might change what you eat. An example I'll give you is I went out to eat with my family a few weeks ago, and it was a fish restaurant, and I looked at the sea bass, but what it came with and what it was cooked with, I couldn't find in the app. I couldn't find something that was comparable to it. So although sea bass might have been my number one pick if I was going to eat that, and I could have run with it, found a similar sea bass or something close to it in the app, but like I said, I'm crazy, so I changed what I was going to order, and I got a hanger steak, which was easier to find in the app. I adjusted the serving size. You ask your waiter or waitress, how big is your steak? What's the size of this portion? And then plug that in. From there, you can plug in the sides. Like I said, it came with sweet potato fries. I always use the same sweet potato fries from Smashburger, although I think they're probably a little more fattier and a little more carbohydrates in the Smashburger fries than what I typically get. Like I said, I'd rather overestimate. So it may change your food choice. And again, live a little. Don't eat something you don't want to eat when you're going out with your friends or family or going to a restaurant you enjoy. Just make smart choices and plug it into the app as best you can. And realistically, you being mindful, you thinking of what you're eating, you making smart choices throughout the day, and not just going crazy at a restaurant, eating 3 dinners or 4 desserts after, is what's going to lead you to be successful. So what if you have sea bass instead of the steak and it's not perfect in the app? It's better than what I would have done, which might have been fettuccine alfredo and a lava cake dessert. I had a hanger steak, and I had sweet potato fries, and I had sauteed asparagus on the side, instead of what the choice may have been. This needs to be sustainable for life. And it's not sustainable for life if you go crazy every time you go out. If you're that person sitting at the dinner table with your phone out, driving your friends and family crazy, right? Make this sustainable, make smart choices, but also enjoy life. Flexible nutrition should allow you to live in a way that you can enjoy food, enjoy time with your friends and family at restaurants, and live a little. So I hope this helps. Always feel free to contact me, text or email if you have questions about going out to eat. But hopefully this helps put you in a better mindset and leads you to success.